Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to the Wristwatch News Channel. I'm Nick, and today we are going to be reviewing the Seestern S446 GMT. This is a homage of the Grand Seiko's Elegance line. If you're new to the channel, we like to review watches, watch accessories, watch-related content here. So if that's your bag, you're in a good place. And returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming again and again. I do apologize for not really putting out that much content. I don't do this as a job. I do have another full-time job, and yeah, I just don't have the time. And I am up to here in work, so I'm doing my best. So thank you for coming back and again and again. The last watch I reviewed was also a GMT, the Martin SN0129-G-B and interestingly, both these watches have got very similar dimensions. Very different looking watches, you know, one's a tool watch, one's more of a dress watch, but on paper, they're much alike. Let's have a look at the Seestern S446 and see what I'm blathering on about. So what do you get if you buy a Seestern 446 from AliExpress? You get the plastic rectangle travel case with a SUB600T sticker instead of San Martin or whoever else. SUB600T, of course, being Seestern's parent company. You get some bits that the watch was wrapped in. You get a warranty card with a warranty number and a QR code that takes you to the SUB600T official website. You get an instruction manual that you'll likely never read. You get an extra leather strap, which is nice, signed buckle, quick release, but I don't think it suits the watch. I'll show you a bit later. You get a 1mm screwdriver. I measure it at 1.1mm, but it's of good quality and a godsend for those tiny screws in the bracelet. And that's your lot. Oh, and of course the watch. All right, let's run through the stats. So the model number of this watch is 446, so S446, Seestern 446. Store stated case size of 39.5mm. Thickness of 13mm, including the dome crystal, 10mm without. Crown measures 5.8mm, lug to lug 47mm, a lug width of 19mm with a bracelet tapering from 19 to 16 and then back up to 18 at the clasp. Dome sapphire crystal with blue AR on the underside and a flat mineral crystal on the open case back. Weight with all the links is around 132 grams on the bracelet, 70 grams off. Powered by the Seiko NH34, which is a Caller Office GMT that is running at minus 18 seconds per day. Stated factory tolerances of the NH34 are plus 40 to minus 20 seconds per day, so it is within factory tolerance. 316 stainless steel case and bracelet, and a stated water resistance of 100 meters. The Seestern S446 is a homage of the Grand Seiko Elegance line and comes in a variety of colours for you to choose from. There's light blue, greeny blue, silver, cream, blue, red, and good old black. The light blue, silver, and cream have blue GMT hands, the blue and red orange, greeny blue has silver, and the black a luscious red. You can buy this Seiko NH-powered watch from the Seestern store on AliExpress for the princely sum of around $240, which will be decreasing to nearer $200 in the anniversary sale starting on the 18th of March. So the watch, high polished rounded case with almost Lear style lugs in the form of expanding chamfers on each lug which are drilled and rounded downwards, high polished fixed bezel with a flat chamfer for extra light play, fitted end links which align well with the case, and a primary brushed bracelet with two high polished lines and high polished sides. Small push button deployant clasp with two micro adjust holes and chamfers each side. Clasp appears to be pressed and has the Seestern starfish logo and Seestern in text. The bracelet is basically a replica of the bracelets that Grand Seiko use. I guess no one told Seestern that the Grand Seiko's bracelets aren't all that great, and this one has the same pitfalls. Limited micro adjust means I cannot get a good fit on my 6.75-inch wrist. It's either way too tight or way too loose. So I've been wearing it on a leather strap that I had from my strap box, which I think suits it perfectly. The strap I think is a Kakota Hailey, I think it's called. Luckily I've got a few 19mm straps in my box, which I've been able to try with a watch. We've got a blue dial on the model that we have here. The dial has vertical brushing, causing the hue of the dial to change from almost navy to quite a lighter blue tone depending on how the light is hitting it. Batten indexes at each marker apart from 12, 6 and 9, which have double battens. and then an applied date window at 3, which is high polished on the top, but textured inside, giving a nice bit of additional light play. White printed minute track around the outside of the dial, and an orange printed 24-hour track for the GMT hand just within the indexes. Printed in white is Seestern GMT above the pinion and automatic 100 meters, 330 foot below. High polished Grand Seiko style hands which are sharp and flat with chamfered edges. Needle second hand and orange GMT hand with an arrow tip. To my eye, it looks like the second hand might be a little wonk, but I'm unsure if it's wonk or if it's just a bit of crystal distortion. All the indexes look a little out of line as well, primarily the date window 6 and 9 indexes. What do you think? A very nice dome sapphire crystal on this watch with blue AR on the underside. Not sure how many coatings it's got. It must have quite a few because that blue AR really does sort of come up when the light hits it in a certain way. And then you've got a mineral crystal on the back. Speaking of the back, it's an open case back covered by that piece of mineral crystal, showing off the NH34 in all its glory. 6 screws holding down the case back, and a nice track pattern around the mineral glass to give the case back that little bit of extra visual interest. So the good, the bad, and the ugly of this watch. The good, it's a cracking looking watch. It's an all polished case, making it a fingerprint magnet, but it looks fantastic. And when the light catches the chamfers in line with the facets on the indexes, it looks like a much more expensive watch than it is. Drilled lugs, I love drilled lugs. It makes it a million times easier to change out straps. And on this style of watch with its vintage vibes, it really fits very well. Screw down crown and 100 meters of water resistance is great. I took the watch swimming and it held up fine if you're worried that it doesn't have a diver style screw down case back. The bad 19mm lug width, I don't personally consider it a bad point as I've got a few 19mm straps. But of course, if you don't, it could be a pain source in a nice one that won't cost as much as the watch. The distortion to the seconds hand, I'm still not 100% sure if it's distortion or if the seconds hand is a little wonky. I'm still leaning towards distortion. It's not a deal breaker by any means. The index is looking a little off again. This could be distortion, but I think they are off slightly. The 9 marker is not in line with the date window, in my opinion. The dial is really well done, but can look a little cheap when the light hits it in just the right way, but then again looks awesome when the light catches it again in just the right way. The hands being flat mean they wash out against the dial more often than not. The ugly, the bracelet not having half links or enough micro adjust to get a good fit. Granted, you might get lucky, but they could have used a bigger clasp, put in some extra holes, and would have solved the issue. Blue AR, I'm going to continue to bang this drum. It's a blue dial watch, so it's not as invasive, but I just don't like blue AR. That's it for today, guys. Thank you again for joining me for another review. Is the Seestern a Grand Seiko killer? No, it's not a Grand Seiko killer. It is a very, very nice watch, but I've handled the watch that is homage in at a Red Bar event, and yeah, there's a certain feel, a certain quality that you can sort of just see in the real deal that you don't see in the Seestern. But then the Grand Seiko's what, $6 grand. You've got $200 for the Seestern in the anniversary sale. I mean, I think it's worth your time. I think it's worth your hard-earned cash. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And also, please use the affiliate link in the description if you're going to be picking up this watch. It really does help the channel and doesn't cost you anything extra. There might be some other affiliate links in the description as well for other watches mentioned if I have done during the video. But that's it now, and thank you again for joining, and I shall see you in the next one. And hopefully it won't be ages until I've done it. Cheers. Thanks.